Hi friends, now you know about trademarks, about designs, about patents. Everything is very much structured, right? You have to go to the government agency, the corresponding government agency, and then you have to point out all the details of your right, and it will get scrutinized, controlled, and then it be approved. And there may be a third party who is against your right, so to say, and then you struggle a bit about it, and then you have your right. So it is all structured, what I would say. Now, this is not the case for trade secrets here. Trade secrets are not in a structured way, so you do not lay out normally to what is a government agency, what would be your trade secret in order to get controlled, etc. No, that is just among you. That is good and bad news at the same time. So the good news is you do not have to pay fees, you don't have to go to the government agency to explain them everything, to get an objection back and have to respond to that objection and overcome whatever obstacles you might have during the registration proceedings, right? That's the good thing. The bad thing is you have to do it all on your own. And if you do not do something in a structured way, so there are good possibilities that at least over time it becomes a bit sloppy, and then when the actual case arises, where a breach of your trade secret has been done, so there's an infringement of that, then you need to put again in court all your structured issues, and then you get normally into the mess. So this is how it happens with trade secrets. What is a trade secret? Trade secret is a commercially valuable information. Could be a process, could be a list, could be whatever kind it is. So it is something commercially valuable, right? This is the first issue, the first condition for a trade secret. And secondly, you must keep that information secret. So just these two conditions. Easy, right? So you can do this by, well, you have a valuable information, you have a consumer, a customer list of your customers, and this is a valuable information as such, because you have all the contacts, the right persons, the right telephone numbers, the right connections. And this is a valuable information for your competition. So you have to keep it secret, right? So let's go a bit into that part of the secret. Commercially available, as I said, that can be, well, anything. It can be an outlay of a plant. It can be a new plant, flower. It can be a customer list. It can be a process, internal process, which is not being seen. It can be a secret formula. It can be a taste. It can be a material. It can be something inside which you can't see. It can be, whatever it is. Valuable, commercially valuable information. You name it. There's no exhaustive list of it. Now, to keep it secret, and that is the important part here, because you have to do everything to avoid a breach, a leakage, a theft, a bribery, a industrial espionage. These are all around trade secrets. Let me give you some examples of trade secrets. There's the famous Coca-Cola formula, right? There is, in the same issue, there's the McDonald's secret sauce for Big Mac, I think it is. And then you have the Kentucky Fried Chicken. They have some mixture of herbs, etc., which is a trade secret. You have the Listerine, so the mouth washer, so to say, the Listerine. That is an interesting case, which I will come in a separate video on it. And you have, many other, the algorithm of Google, that is a trade secret, one of the famous trade secrets. So trade secrets are all over, that's what I want to say. And there are famous ones, and trade secrets are chosen by big companies as such, as a trade secret. They do not want to be conditioned to whatever, it is only for so and so time, or if I disclosure, then I will have infringement all over. I try to keep it secret. But this comes with a burden. And here it goes. So you need to know that 90% of trade secrets infringement, so once it is out in the open, it is gone for you. You have to make clear, to be clear on that point. So it is all about keeping secret. It is not about enforcement. You get something back on enforcement, and I will come to that in a different video, but this is not the real issue. Keep it secret. There is the value. Once it is in the open, then you get a bit back, perhaps through litigation, which I do not recommend you very much. But if you have to go it, you have to do it. But your main focus is to keep this secret, and it is a difficult issue, which you have to insist on to make audits, etc., so that you do not get sloppy over time, which is normally what you do. Now let's see. The employees, they are the ones who get to know your trade secret. You need to restrain your employees, access employees to this trade secret, like Recipe is in a vault, and only 1-2 employees, they got access to that vault, and you supervise them regularly, and you have, I think, whatever means, electronic means to supervise them, and that would be a way. And then these employments who got access, very much restrained, they should have a non-disclosure confidentiality agreement. That is something which is out there as a template in internet. They have to sign this and regularly sign this. Not only this, they must be aware of the value of the trade secret. So they must have seen this video. Without this video, and they must recognize and revisit that video every certain time. So they must go through a kind of training, what I want to say. And they must be aware that this is a trade secret, this is a valuable element of your company. So in that case, if you're a startup and you have one core initial patent, or the initial part of a patent, which everybody, if it is in the out, then you are left with no moat, right? So if you are in the initial part, so the initial persons, they must have that agreement signed. They must go through certain training. So you get sloppy over time. That's I repeat it again. People go to a meeting with subcontractors, and then they get to tell about this, about that, and they have a paper on the table, and I have to go to the bathroom, and the paper's on the table, and there is something on it on the table which is a trade secret. So that should not be like this, and you get to this not only with the disclosure agreement, so the non-confidentiality agreement, etc., and you get this with training. So it is not sufficient, so to say, you make an email or an envelope and you put confidential on it and you send it to, I don't know, to 100 people. No, that's not the way to keep it secret. Then, you know, when you do not keep it secret in that way, then that you do not build a system around it about to keep it secret, then it is not a trade secret. So even if it is then discovered, you got nothing. You got left with nothing. Let's sink in. You got left with nothing. There's no trade secret anymore. Imagine Coca-Cola formula is out there. What is left with Coca-Cola? They have a trademark, right? Have a trademark, good. But, you know, if another is offering this for half a price, what would be left with a Coca-Cola stock price? It will go to half. So it is very important to, if you have a trade secret, to maintain it as a secret and have it at all time, at least once a year, so to say, to give it a think. Is everything still okay? Are some access to the trade secret to be revoked for that people is not anymore? Or is there anything I need to do more? So the training is one, the disclosure agreement is another, the physical security is another. Physical security, if it is something, you know, you can bring out or you can learn it by heart and then you got everything, or, you know, the physical security barrier. So if you have an access, if you had research and development in a certain area, so not all employees, they get access to that area. No, you should restrain the area to those who need to know, who on a need-to-know basis, who need to go into that area in order to make their work, to carry out their work. So the physical security is an important issue, and naturally the informatic security is important. So you do not, I do not need to tell you, probably, but you can send out, you can download a trade secret, a customer list on a USB, and you take it out, and that's it. So you need informatics play in your favor, and informatics goalposts must be established, defined and established, and regularly controlled, monitored on what has been done, what has been downloaded, etc. So that you, as a business owner, you must have this really by heart if you rely on trade secrets. So these are the main issues around a trade secret, and the maintenance of the trade secret, not getting sloppy over time, is one of the most important things, because it is not structured, right? You can, and you know, in court you have problems with this trade secret. You have the burden, you, not the other party. You have the burden to have a trade secret. You have the burden to prove to the court that you have confidentiality agreements, that you have a physical security, that you have informatics, electronic security measures in place, and that normally it cannot happen. It is waterproof, so to say. Although there may become somebody with a bribery and it takes your employee, you know, it gives $1 million and then the trade secret is out there. But then you have a kind of possibility to enforce it. You're never sure of any. It depends also on the kind of trade secret you have. If it has only in the mind is difficult to control. The person gets out of your office and has the trade secret in his own mind, so he can go out and tell anybody, and then it is not a trade secret anymore. So a trust in the employee, that should also be something which you should take into account. So a trade secrets, it can be very valuable. It has good things. You do not need to go to government approval. It has bad things because you are the owner and you have to keep it secret, and you have to to keep it secret over time. You have to reassess every step of a reorganization within your company that this does not get out of hand, so to say, out of your control. And you have to prove, if you want to go to court, if you have to go to court, you don't want to go, but if you have to go to court in order to get something back, so you need to prove everything what you have to put in place. It's a valuable information, and it is something which you have protected within your company with very much reasonable resources. So it is one thing very different from the others, but it is still important, and very many companies rely on that because it's very, it's very flexible. It's very flexible, but you have to make your homework. Thanks for this time.